Friends, you never know who you'll touch in life. You never know how or when you'll have an impact or how important your example can be to someone else. My faith helps me understand that circumstances don't dictate my happiness or my inner peace. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. You have to be who you are in this world, no matter what. At the end of the day, my friends, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about what you've done with those accomplishments. It's about who have you lifted up, who have you made better. It's about what you've given back to those people. I think personally a role model is a mentor, someone who you see on a daily basis and you learn from them. My faith taught me how to forgive. Faith taught me when people present themselves in a certain way, there's probably some backstory or issue or reason for the way that they are acting. It's not you, my friends. It's them. And a lot of times, it's about something that's completely out of their control. Put God first. I've been protected. I've been directed. I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life, and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with Him, but He always stuck with me. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. And understand, to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. It's not how much you have in life. It's about what you do with what you have. That's where the success is in helping others. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. That's how I live my life. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. My advice is this, and it's simple. Don't just aspire to make a living. Friends, aspire to make a difference. And may God bless each and every one of you, and take good care. Bye-bye now. Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an author, an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, To Take Your Life Back Today radio show. You can see a video version of this if you go to YouTube under Take Your Life Back Today show. That's the channel name. 5 ways to restore your faith in humanity. Things have been looking crazy in the world lately. Does the news make you feel like everything around is hopeless? That's when you need to consciously seek out the good in other people. I don't know about you, friends, but I'm pretty crushed by all the bad news these days that I see and hear about. Frightened children separated from parents at the U.S. border, politicians involved in money laundering and sex scandals, gun violence in the streets and our communities. Hearing these stories makes me feel hopeless and helpless, not to mention angry and disconnected from my fellow citizens. That's why I need some inspiration, not just right now, but always, to motivate me to stay true to my values of caring for others, welfare, and fighting for what's right. One way to get there is through moral elevation. What is moral elevation, you might ask? It's the warm feeling we get when we witness someone engage in morally courageous acts, like rescuing a stranger from a fire or giving up a lucrative career for a greater cause. Moral elevation not only boosts our positive emotions, but also promotes our love for our fellow human and inspires us to be better people. Indeed, making an effort to experience more moral elevation will restore our faith in humanity and encourage us to help other people all the time. Witnessing acts of goodness seems to drive us to take better care of ourselves. Experiencing elevation motivated depressed people to want to seek treatment. Why might that be? It's possible that elevation stimulates oxytocin release and vagal nerve activation, which can help people feel warm, expansive, and trusting of others. Or perhaps moral elevation might help turn one's attentions toward others and away from oneself, which could decrease obsessive focus about all that's going wrong in one's life, something associated with depression. Given the times that we're in, it makes sense that some of us feel down and experience a sense of helplessness or dread. However, infusing inspiration into our lives could help us protect our own mental health while we continue to fight for our moral values and adhere to doing what's right in life. So how do you do that, you might ask? Well, here are a few ideas. Number one on my list is be a proactive consumer of different types of media. News is going to focus on the most sensational stories. If it bleeds, it leads, is a saying. So you need to take greater control of the media you are consuming and to actively seek good news. There are incredible stories of people who overcome obstacles, of people who engage in acts of moral beauty on daily basis. People like teachers, police officers, firefighters, you name it. Seek those stories out. If you don't know where to look, try Googling heartwarming stories of people giving to others or random acts of kindness, or maybe even read stories from the greater good. Here are some sites that you can look up. Life Vest Inside, Free Hugs Campaign, that's Free Hugs Campaign, News's Random Acts of Kindness, and tapping into these inspiring stories is likely to increase your feeling of connectedness and caring about others, especially when you see how many other people have done the same. Friends, number two, be careful about what you post on Facebook or other social medias. So be careful with that. It may feel good in the moment to argue with people who disagree with you on social media in a tit-for-tat exchange, but you're probably not going to change anyone's mind. Instead, try posting positive stories about what's going on in the world. Even if people support some policy that you find deplorable, like travel bans against Muslims, you can share stories of moral courage instead of getting into battle of words. Though there will always be cynics who won't see the good in the moral acts, says this researcher, most people will be moved by stories like these and may even experience decreased bias. Plus, you will feel better for having shared something hopeful rather than spiteful, at least in the long term. So avoid those social media arguments. Don't draw people into challenging you on what you believe in. Number three is get involved by volunteering to help those in need or joining a movement. Volunteering is good for your well-being. You might hear thank you from fellow volunteers and the people you're helping, and witnessing others pay it forward can be incredibly inspiring. This can lead to expansive feelings of being part of something greater than yourself. And though it may seem insignificant at times, attending rallies, signing petitions, putting up signs, and calling your government representatives can be elevating too. It's morally elevating to be surrounded with like-minded people coming together for the cause that they care they care deeply about. Volunteering in political participation may not always inspire you. People might argue and snap at each other, and there can be moments when it feels pretty thankless. But the research suggests that you'll still experience a net gain in well-being, and sometimes the struggles you face will make your efforts even more meaningful over the long run. Like my book, Struggles Made Me Stronger. Try a little mindfulness is number 4. Science shows that when we are too consumed by our own stress and negativity, it is very difficult to step outside of our own funk to care about others' flights. That means we need to take better care of our own mental health and stay open to what's going on around us. One way to do that is to practice mindfulness meditation, which has been tied to stress reduction, increased attention, and willingness to help other people. Mindfulness practices allows us to be fully present in the moment and open our capacity to open to be open to moral elevation stimuli. Number 5 on my list is make moral elevation a part of your everyday emotional hygiene. Friends, instead of checking your emails or news headlines first thing in the morning, take 20 minutes or so to seek experience of moral uplift. One way to do that, like I do, is to seek out God every single morning. Just like going to the gym or meditating, a habit of moral elevation will have better results than an occasional elevation experience. If you don't make it part of your schedule, if you don't say that this is an important part of your life, you're not going to get it. There will always be something else to do, so you have to be stern and stick to the schedule. I recommend not only seeking daily moral elevation ourselves, but spreading it around to others to do the same. Moral elevation has been shown to promote altruism, and it is very contagious. So make an effort to shine some light on some of the wonderful things the human condition is capable of doing. By adding more moral elevation to our lives, we can all find hope in the midst of darkness and not give up on humanity. Who knows? If we take research to heart and make moral elevation a part of our daily routine, we may even be moved to become the next hero in the morality tale yet to be written. Friends, call me at 844-405-HELP. Together, we can help each other take our lives back and be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. Remember, a simple smile to a stranger can change that stranger's day, maybe even their life or even your life. Always, 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 when you're on social media, try not to post to challenge people. I have people that tell me, it's a healthy debate. It's not if you know what you're writing is going to draw people in to want to challenge you, and then people become argumentative. Write about God or write about good stories. Keep away from the challenging stories, and may God bless each and every one of you, and take good care. Bye-bye now.